And this is how we get down. What is good, everybody? Welcome into a very important, powerful day here at the brand. We call this Coach and Company. We are live every single day on the Stadium Network and everywhere that Stadium is: Amazon Prime, DirecTV, YouTube TV, Roku TV, Vizio, LG. We are available in over 110 million homes, and we are very, very proud of that. Do not forget, coming up in just 5 days, also on the Stadium Network, 11 p.m. Eastern Time, every single Wednesday. It'll be the Coach and Bro Show, as we are dominant in the sports betting space, but also in the pro wrestling space. Also, a very special podcast today. If you guys haven't subscribed to our BTT YouTube page, we have two. I encourage you to do so. Turn on your notifications, because May 23rd, 1999 was a night that changed my life, changed my career forever. We're talking all about it on the podcast today. I'd encourage you guys, as we started around 11:15 a.m. Eastern Time. This is our lives. We love doing this. So you're going to have good days and bad days, but you don't focus on that. And yesterday wasn't our best day, coming off a great winning day the day before. Now, we still had four money bags there, but way too many X's, and I hate parlays. But the reason that didn't faze me, the reason I missed the first half of last night, because you guys know my life. I said, the world that revolves around what I do are my two amazing kids. And last night, my boy, JJ, Rookie of the Year. He made the varsity team as a freshman, the fourth best scoring average, and his coach had glowing things to say. So today is dedicated to my boy last night. Look at that smile, man. There's nothing better than having your kid happy, doing what he loves, and my man loves to hit that golf ball. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, you hear that doorbell? I got the best company in the freaking business. You're damn right. They're ready to come in. It's time to beat the books. Embarrassment of riches today. Look at our Friday crew. Mikey P is back. My man Chuck is back. But I have to waste no time, because Soupy, I've been waiting for you. I've been waiting for you. Producer man, this was played yesterday, but Soupy, I know you weren't watching. You were busy working for Prize Picks. Here's what your nemesis played on the show 24 hours ago. Producer man.
Guys, Soupy goes 3 for 3 this week on Prize Picks. He still couldn't beat me. I don't know why. Well, it's because I'm in an absolute zone right now.
Pulling off the Steph Curry. Soupy, the floor is yours.
What do you mean he beat me? I went 3 for 3. He went 2 for 2. That's it.
He claims the demon pick
No,
took it over you.
no. I got more picks right than he did. I'm sorry, buddy. You got to take your L this week.
All right, coming up in 13 minutes from right now, Soupy's got his Friday Prize Picks, and we can't wait for that. Now, this other man is the hottest capper in all of the land, and he's got, count 'em, 5 big picks coming up in just a couple of minutes on Footy Friday. Big Chuck, what's good, big boy?
Morning, Coachman Company. Yeah, a little Footy Friday. Always get your weekend going right. Then we have a full slate of soccer this weekend, but I also want to make sure everyone has a happy and safe Memorial Day weekend.
It is a holiday weekend. By the way, some bad news down in your land, as the WWE, and we're going to talk about it in one word, they're pulling WrestleMania from the Big Easy. Your thoughts?
First, I'm hearing about it, but that's a bad move. You always want as many big events in New Orleans as possible.
This is the first you're hearing about it? Do you not watch the news?
Unfortunately,
You have a life. Unlike the rest of us, you actually have a life. I get it.
you
right.
keep me up to pace.
And finally, he is quickly becoming our 6th man of the year. always there when the phone rings. Mikey P, what's good, man?
Good morning, Coach. Good morning, everyone. And, Coach, thank you so much for giving me the day to celebrate Andrew Nemhard and the Indiana Pacers' shocking comeback in the Pendleton Mansion. You know I was going crazy, but that's not important. We're all second tier today. Congratulations to JJ.
Thank you very much, sir. All right. Now, gentlemen, we can joke all we want. We can laugh. We can learn. By the way, in 30 minutes, we're talking Pacers, Knicks, and a very special appearance by a little member of our company. But when we have a day like we did yesterday, we got to get locked and loaded. So allow me to look at my notes. Mikey, you're the first name on my list. Let's go best bets. Where are you starting today, sir?
I am starting with Pascal Siakam over 25.5 points and rebounds combined. He just missed this in game one, and it was a bad game for him. He's hit this prop in 2 of his last 3 games. And if the Indiana Pacers want to keep it close, not needing a miracle, Pascal Siakam is going to have to show up and play. Here's a guy who averages about 18 points a game. If he gets to 20, he just needs 6 rebounds. It's not rocket science. And secondly, I'm going to move over to the Diamond, Zach Wheeler, starting pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies. Not only does he throw heat, he's on a heater. He has hit his prop. I'm taking him for over 7 strikeouts at minus 135. He has hit this in 6 of his last 7 starts where he has 52 strikeouts in his last 5 starts. Give me Zach Wheeler minus 135 against the lowly A's.
I feel like in years past, a 7+ strikeout play was extreme. Seems like this year's there's a lot of pitchers getting to that number fairly easily. Yes, Mike?
Yeah, I think one that really stood out to me yesterday was Carlos Rodon. His line was at 8. And I think in the first inning, he was over 20 pitches and with 1 strikeout. I'm like, there's no way he's hitting this. He throws 105 pitches in the game and hits his number. It was wild.
Wow, Soupy, you do this for a living. You're writing over at Prize Picks. Are you starting to see this trend a little bit?
Yeah, we're starting to see this trend. It's just because everyone's going for that big swing. Everyone thinks about the launch angle and the Evo. So they're going for that big swing. When you go big swing, sometimes you get the big miss.
You're damn right. We know all about that here at Coaching Company. Don't we, boys? Don't we? All right, Soupy, coming right back over to you. What are your best bets today, sir?
I'm going to start on the ice. Stars, Oilers. I'm sticking with the over plus 102, 6.5. The Stars, they're not going to get 3 power play goals in the third period again, but I still have confidence in their offense, especially against Stuart Skinner. I have just as much confidence in Stuart Skinner in the net as I do giving my money to Peyton and having him give me a prize pick lineup. He's 89% in the net this year. He's already been benched, but Calvin Pickard is out, so he's in the lineup. And I think the Oilers are going to have a better game. I think they're going to make some adjustments to the line. We're seeing the Drysdale and McDavid together on the line. That was a productive line. Same thing with Nugent Hopkins and McDavid on the line together. I think they're going to do with those combinations more in the game. So I think they're going to have a better offensive output. So I'm going to go with the over 6.5. And I'm going with the Pacers team total over 109.5. They hit this number in regulation. And what they do is it's the pace of play. They're the 3rd fastest team in the playoffs. They were 6th in regulation. The Knicks are still going to have trouble slowing this team down. I don't think that the Pacers are going to get to 120 again, but I do think that they can get over 110.
Points in the last 2.5 minutes of that game. Absolutely banana land. We're going to talk all about the Pacers and Knicks game 1 coming up in our Hoop It Up segment in about 25 minutes from right now. Real quick, Charles, I know we cashed. It was one of your premium plays, that Oilers game in game number 1. It was 6 was that number. Why is this series really lean to the over so far, and why Soupy likes the over tonight?
Just have 2 high-powered teams. Plus, we saw plenty of power play opportunities. So they get into the penalty, then we see plenty of goals. They just expect 3 threes, and then we automatically cash that over.
Isn't it nice when you get to that 3-3 number? You can just turn, I don't need to watch overtime. I don't need to watch the rest of the third period. I'm good to go. Speaking of good to go, it's Fridays. For those of you who know, you know. My man Big Chuck doesn't bring 1. He doesn't bring 2. No. We go a 5-pack in Footy Friday. All right, Big Chuck, we even have one today. Let's get it going. We start in what? Series. Go, big boy.
Footy Friday. We start the weekend today, and we have a little Como and Inter Milan, with Como averaging 1.6 team goals at home, while Inter Milan, they score an average of 2.1 team goals on the highway. Play one, the over 2.75 full time goals, or the over three. This line is kind of moving up. I expect four more. Stay in Italy. We're going to go to Saturday. We have AC Milan and Monza, the both teams to score in over 2.5. This play is actually cashed in 5 straight of these two teams' last 5 combined matches. Next, La Liga, Getafe and Celta Vigo, the both teams to score. This one has actually come through in 3 of their last 5 meetings. I think we see a 1-1, 2-1 either way. On the Sunday, the EPL, their last match day, and we're going to go with Liverpool and Crystal Palace come to Anfield. I expect a blowout spot. Liverpool team total over 2.5, with their home matches averaging 3.1 total goals. Lastly, we have Bournemouth and Leicester City, with the Foxes and Cherries combining for 3 or more total goals in 4 of their previous 7 affairs. Go ahead and give me the over 3 in this one on the South Coast.
Did you say the Foxes and the Cherries?
Cherries and the Foxes.
Well, I'm telling you guys right now, if you want to be a part of the side hustle that is ROI Capper's store, my man Big Chuck, you play 1 or 2. I could not be more serious about this. It pays for the entire year. If you haven't got in till now, it's not too late, but my man is crushing. Normally, the other 4 days of the week, we have a premium play as he'll pull back the curtain. He's kind of like the Wizard of Oz, but I'm telling you right now, download that QR code and make it a part of your day. I'm Big Chuck. I'm Big Chuck.
You couldn't have said it better, Coachman.
Boom. You're damn right. Now, look who just came in with a big old fat smile on his face. I'm going to deal with something in about 20 minutes from right now. But in the here and the now, I love our partnership with JTS. And I know since we started partnering with you, Mark, and your team, your traffic has just skyrocketed.
Coach,
Whoa. Don't ruin my flow. Let me get to you. Skyrocketed.
We're flying higher than Elon Musk. We got more traffic than the 405 at rush hour.
Oh
I don't know how to explain it. Yes.
Clearly. All right, you got 45 seconds. Don't have to take all of it. What's our JTS play of the day?
Coach, the play of the day start with Seattle Storm Skylar Diggins to get 15 or more points. Diggins is back, and she is balling. She hit 15 or more in both games this season, averaging 21 points while shooting nearly 48% from the floor. The Storm are still trying to figure things out, but she's been the engine, and that usage ain't slowing down. We're going to pair that with Lane Thomas of the Cleveland Guardians to not get a walk today. This guy is absolutely allergic to walks. In fact, he's allergic to bases. He hasn't drawn one in 10 straight games, and he's posted just a 188 OBP in that span. His bat's cold, plate discipline even colder. Put them both together for a plus 105. Just a Stat Sports play of the day.
Absolutely love it. Be a part of what we're doing. There is that QR code. When you get to the site, use our code BTT30. Why? I'm glad you asked. Because we're going to give you 30 days for free. You can't ask for any more than that. You go in, try out the entire site, the cappers, the trends, the algorithms, the edges, all of it. Then after those 30 days, on June 23rd, 2025, I want a big old fat thank you, and moving on down the road. All right. Great start to the show. Great vibe. Great energy. But still to come on the other side, we've got Prize Picks. We've got one word. College football finally making sense. In 20 minutes, we're hooping it up. Game 2, Pacers and Knicks from New York City. And then a streak comes to an end for the great Caitlin Clark. All that's still to come. It's Coach and Company on a Friday right here, live on Stadium. All right, we continue on here on our YouTube page. Crazy story coming out of Major League Baseball. Soupy, I want to come over to you to start with this. Ex-Brewer Darren Ruff. I forgot about him. A couple of years ago, he was chasing down a ball in Cincinnati. There was an uncovered tarp. He basically blows out his leg, career-ending injury. He's now suing the Cincinnati Reds 2 years later. does he have a case, do you think?
If the Reds didn't do the proper precautions in covering that tarp, and that was the reason why he got injured, I think he does. He's missing out on potential millions of dollars because he can't play baseball anymore. And he's got to find a way to recoup that.
Big Chuck, it says here that he's charging the Reds with negligence in failing to maintain safe field conditions, and specifically cites the presence of the unpadded metal tarp roller. So not only was it not covered, but there wasn't a pad on it. So when he ran into it, it just blew out his entire knee and leg.
Obviously, he's retained some counsel, and they found a case. They determined that there's got to be some kind of if there's smoke, there's fire. There's opportunity for him to cash in for pain and suffering. Why not?
I mean, Mikey, when you're in the majors, I don't even care if he's an elite player. Even if he was average, he's still going to make $2-3 million a year minimum, right?
Yeah, and I was going to start this by being a hater because it is Darren Ruff, and his talent level was never the highest, but you hit the nail on the head. Listen, these teams and stadiums have to do their due diligence. They have to protect these players. But I could also make the case of what happens if a guy blows out his knee running to first base, Tristan Casas. These things happen in baseball, but the team definitely at fault here.
Yeah, I think I would have to push back on that. I know we joke a lot, but running into a tarp as opposed to running to first base, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how this comes out, Mikey. It really, really is. But unfortunately, his career did come to an end after that injury. And unfortunately, in this day and age, out of sight, out of mind. And I had forgotten about it till it just came out yesterday. So I hope everybody gets what they need. All right, we are back live on the Stadium Network in just 5 seconds. Okay, welcome back, everybody. I am the coach. I navigate this bus every single day. We are live on the Stadium Network and everywhere you find Stadium, available every single day in over 110 million homes. Now, we love Prize Picks, and I'm telling you, Arna, I am shameless. Because one day, Prize Picks is going to call us and say, Coach, we got to be a part of your show. Until then, we're going to continue to do what we do. My man works for Prize Picks. I need 3 plays today that I can sink my teeth into, Soupy. Let's go.
I'm going to start with the Frank Sinatra play. New York, New York. Let's start with Karl Anthony Towns and the Knicks. More than 37.5 points, rebounds, and assists. He's hit this in 4 of his last 5 against the Pacers, and the Pacers are 17th in points, rebounds, and assists allowed to the center position. His versatility going inside and out on the perimeter is definitely going to help him in this game. And let's go to Aaron Judge. I can't believe it. This is his first trip to Coors Field. I am so excited to watch him hit in that elevated atmosphere. That's why I'm taking the hitter score more than 9.5. He's hitting .316 with a 1.500 OPS against Rockies pitching. And we know how the Rockies are playing this year. I don't think Frank Sinatra mentioned Edmonton, but I will. Connor McDavid, more than 1.5 points. He's done this in 6 of the last 9 games against Dallas. He's going to get more playing time tonight. I think he's going to get more shifts. I think he's going to get more in different lineup combinations. So he's going to be more involved in this offense tonight.
I feel like you're taking a low-key shot at young Peyton because he had Aaron Judge, I believe, yesterday. And he wrote in our email today, Aaron Judge sucked today. So I feel like you're just trying to make a point.
Pretty much.
God, I love you two. I love that. I love watching, just sitting back and watching you two go toe to toe and beard to lettuce. Yeah. All right. Well done. I love the Prize Picks today. If you so choose, play them. I think Prize Picks is available in how many states, Soupy?
You could play it anywhere. All 50 states. There's a certain game, a free game that you could play anywhere in the country. Paid version, I believe 32 states.
Very good. All right. Very, very good. Now, we are way more than just a sports betting brand. Way more. Because that could just get mundane day after day after day. There's a lot of sports topics that we love to sink our teeth into. Because at our core, we are sports fans first. So, it is time. One word. All right, Mikey and Soupy, you guys know the drill. We have one word. We go right down the line. Mikey, you'll start us. I will end every single topic, and we start with topic number 1. I am shocked that this happened so fast because normally the NCAA takes forever to get anything done, but not here. Heather Dinich at ESPN was the first one I saw report this, that starting this year for the 12-team playoff, we are going to go straight to a seeding system, which means the top 4 ranked teams, they will be the teams that get the bye. You saw what we did in the first year this past year. It was a disaster. Not a disaster. It just didn't make any sense. Some of the teams had to play the first round games. So, Mikey, one word on the NCAA getting it right in year number 2.
I'm going to get heat. Crying. These teams are crying. We always need adjustments because teams before failed. And I understand, right, that the best team should be rewarded. But also, if you're not rewarded, go win your games. It's just as simple as that for me. I don't like having to always change rules. We just saw this in the NFL with the tush push. Everyone wanted to be rewarded because they couldn't stop it. These top teams last year didn't win their games, and now we have to go to a straight seeding. Stop crying about everything. Just win.
This is perfect. I think this is what they needed to do. They tried to get some of the G5 teams, and you got Boise State who got one of those buys, and you see what happened when they went against a Power 5 team. I think this is just what it needs to happen. The bigger conferences play better schedules. They play tougher competition. They should be rewarded for that.
My one word is obvious. Mikey, I hate going straight for you, but this was an obvious change that everybody knew that they had to make. There is no universe, let's just say Georgia from 2 years ago, who's clearly the number 1 team. And if for some reason they lose a game in the SEC and they fall to 5 or fall to 4 and they should, this was so obvious. You want to have the best teams be the healthiest at the latest period of time. Mikey on an island all by himself crying? Soupy, what is this?
Do I have another rival here? Do I have a third one?
Oh my goodness. The Soupy Mikey P rivalry starting already? All right. Now, we're going to baseball for topic number 2. The Rockies at 8-42. It's hard to be 23 games back after 50 games, boys, but they have managed to do it. The worst start since 1895. Didn't know they played baseball in 1895. Mikey P, one word on the Rockies' embarrassing start.
Grateful. And here I'm going to throw a curveball, pun intended, because although I have Boston fandom, I am from the city of Chicago, which was home of the 2024 Chicago White Sox, which were so bad, it was laughable. I think they're still giving away tickets this season. So if the White Sox are no longer a talking point, thank you, Colorado Rockies, because this is embarrassing baseball. Since 1890, I don't even think Babe Ruth was around yet, and I think he's laughing at how bad the Rockies were.
Relegate. We do this in soccer. Why can't we do it in baseball? They obviously cannot play up to the competition. Let's bring them down. I have an idea. Maybe my Hartford Yard Goats should be up in the majors. They're 21-20 in the Eastern League, only 3 games out of first place. I think they would be better right now than the Rockies.
By the way, the best minor league stadium in baseball is the Hartford Yard Goats. And years ago, when my son was like 6, summer camp, we go to a Yard Goats game, and there's like 30 or 40 of us sitting there. And I was one of the parent volunteers, and they get around 4th or 5th inning, Soupy, and you know what they do at the game. All these kids are getting restless. My son has been hardcore since he was little, and they go, "Hey, anybody want to go out to center field and play with the baby goats?"
Oh yeah.
My son looked at me and he goes, "Goats, Dad? Who wants to play with goats?" I said, "That's my boy. That's my boy." Topic number 3. And this one is banana land. So, as you guys know, I spent well over 10 years, almost 15 years inside of the WWE. I have been a part of 17 WrestleManias. And yesterday, they pulled it out of New Orleans. And we're getting reports from some of the dirt sheets, which I hate so much, that potentially the WWE is thinking about making Las Vegas the permanent home for WrestleMania. Mikey P, one word on the WWE turning away from Louisiana and heading back west potentially.
Baffled. What are we doing? From the top of the product to the WrestleMania location, nothing makes sense within the WWE right now. You can't watch the product from start to end on Monday Night Raw on Netflix. The ratings aren't there, the ticket sales aren't there. So why are we going back to Vegas? You should explore the world, bring this spectacular event around the world to the Big Easy and so many other places, and capitalize on your fans.
Un-Super Bowl like. We call WrestleMania the Super Bowl of professional wrestling. It changes locations every single year, just like the Super Bowl does. Imagine if we said that, hey, San Francisco, we're going to take away your Super Bowl, but maybe we'll give you mentioned this in a video, we'll give you a Pro Bowl. No, this is, to me, it's just crazy. WWE, come on.
My one word is money, as in money, 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 money. When you focus on money as the number one thing, and I got tens of thousands of these responses on both of my videos went viral yesterday because the fans understand whether you agree with the coach or not, you know that I'm right. I use the Savannah Bananas example all the time. Fans first, and look what they're doing, exploding around the country. TKO came in and bought this company, and they have turned it on its head because beginning and ending, it's all about the almighty dollar. That's all this is about. And later today in the podcast, I'll talk more about this as well. But this is all about money. And don't come at me, boys, and say, well, coach, that's how the world goes round. You don't think I know that? But it doesn't have to be right out front. This is embarrassing on all levels. Topic number 4. Michael Malone, typical ESPN fashion. He gets fired by the Nuggets. They hire him to be an NBA analyst for the Western Conference Finals, I believe. Western Conference. So he's on the court last night. He's getting heat, apparently, boys, back home where he lives in Denver because apparently he has love for SGA, who just won the MVP and got the award last night. He says on camera, hey, if I had a vote, I would have voted for Jokic. One word, Mikey P, on Michael Malone. Running backwards.
Understandable, right? He's got to defend one of the greatest players we've ever seen in NBA history, in Nikola Jokic, while also giving props to SGA. You can have both. In this case, when talking about two of the best players in the league, you can have your cake and eat it and shove it in your face all at the same time. It's okay to like SGA. It's okay to understand Michael Malone was part of the development in Nikola Jokic's amazing career.
Very an analyst like. Why are you doing this? You already said SGA was the best player, and now you're trying to backtrack. Why? You're not going back to Denver. They already got their new coach. It's not happening. I get you developed Jokic into who he is now, and you kind of want to take credit for that, but I don't know why. They're not giving you paychecks anymore.
Hey, producer man, can you look up unanalyst like to see if that actually is a word? My one word is light, as in when the red light comes on, these analysts will say anything. Part of my job when I was at ESPN was I turned into an actual coach because they didn't want to train anybody. And every analyst that came to me, I said, hey, don't worry about it when the red light comes on. Just be yourself. But that's not what they do. They put a suit and tie on, and all of a sudden they turn into somebody that they are not. Be the guy they hired you to be. And if you love SGA as the MVP, and you should have, then just stick with it. Don't worry about your gated community in Denver that you're getting heat. They're putting boards up saying get out. I don't know if they're actually doing that, but wouldn't that be funny if they did? Little kids as he's driving into the gated community, get out, Michael Malone. All right, gentlemen, well done on one word. Well done. Coming up on the other side, we've got a very little problem that I will handle. Also, Pacers Knicks game 2. We're having a great time. This is Coach and Company live, as always, right here on Stadium. All right, we continue on, you degenerates out there on our Coach and Company YouTube page. If you have not subscribed yet, I encourage you to do so because you also get weekday wagers at 2 p.m. Eastern time. And on Fridays, it's weekend wagers. All right, Soupy, Last night, our favorite topic, Angel Reese. What did she do last night, Snoopy?
She played a typical Angel Reese game. She went 0 for 8 from the floor, but I believe she had like a gajillion rebounds because she continually misses her layups and she continually gets her own rebound. I'm looking at a sequence right here. She got 4 offensive rebounds, 2 shots blocked, 2 missed layups. And guess how many points she got out of that sequence?
Mikey, at what point are we all going? Well, at what point is Angel Reese fans going to own that she is an average basketball player that is just polarizing on a lot of levels? That's what she is.
Hey, Coach, when is the light bulb going to go on for me? I'm not going to mention the company, but there was a prop for Angel Reese to have over half a point yesterday, and I was sweating. Not just at halftime, throughout the entire game.
What was the juice? What was the juice?
It was just we'll say it was a lineup pick. So it was a lineup pick, and I will never fall for that trap again. Angel Reese, you are dead to me in conversation. You are dead to me.
You are dead to me. By the way, I love when these scam artists on Twitter, the guys that give out bets, and they come and buy my bets. There's one guy, I don't even remember his name, but he had a 3-leg parlay, and it was plus 2,000, and it was Ant to go over 30. He did it. It was another player to go over 50, Jalen Williams. He did it. And Rudy Gobert, 10-plus rebounds. He had 7 at halftime. He had 9 in going into the fourth quarter, and he had a tip that they gave to another player. So he stuck on 9, and he finished on 9. So, and the guy bet $2,500 was the ticket that he posted. So he won $40,000. Rudy Gobert. Thank you. We're back live in 5 seconds. Okay, welcome back, everybody. We are past the bottom of the hour. We're having a great, fun day here on a very important day in the pro wrestling universe, May 23rd, 1999. Do not forget, we have a live podcast in about 45 minutes on our BTT YouTube page. Our Coaching Company YouTube page. And we encourage you, I will tell a story I've only told a couple of times in my entire career. You don't want to miss that. Coming up in about 3 minutes, we've got to hoop it up. We got to talk Pacers Knicks game number 2. How will game number 1 affect New York? But I got to handle something real quick. Because earlier this week, for those of you who didn't know, we launched a brand new segment. We signed several new cappers, including a new capper called Little Marky Model. And Little Marky Model is the younger brother, baby mentor of my man right here, Mark. Real quick, Mark, in 10 seconds, what's your motivation to promote Little Marky Model into our universe?
Coach, hands down, he's the smartest capper that we have right now.
He also likes to rhyme. So I want to remind people what you decided to do on your own free time in your own house to clap back at something Baby Coach said. Producer man, if you don't mind.
Baby Coach, better stay in your lane. This ain't peekaboo, it's a big boys game. Trying to clap back, man, that's insane. You still dribble applesauce, I dribble game. Twinkle, twinkle, you done lost your shine. Talking big game with that sippy cup spine. I set lines, you just color them in. I'm the one with the wins, you spit in the wind. So zip it, Coach. Crib's closed for the night, cause little Marky's tucking you in. Not in.
Now, that went viral. Everybody the next day was talking about Little Marky Model. Oh, he's got bars. He's got bars, they say. Mark, if you think for a second I was going to allow that to stand, oh, you are sadly mistaken. Ladies and gentlemen, in response to whatever that was, I'd like to present to you another baby who also has some bars. Producer man, roll tape. Little Marky Model, stay in my lane. Your comebacks are weak. You're losing your game. Mess with the coach? We know that's dumb. I suggest you sit down while you suck your thumb. You brag about bars? To me, it's a joke. It's just like your picks. Always gonna choke. Now I gotta get back to the show. You know the one that I run? I suggest you take notes, cause I'm the absolute very best, son. Oh, if you want to keep this thing go, you're yawning on one of the greatest productions in the history of Coaching Company? Seriously?
Come on. Come on. Lil Marky Model has got
Ah!
heat.
I like the 4-shot. I like producer man shutting him up. I like that. Let's go 5-shot real quick. Chuck, you're probably the least rapper-ish of our crew. Who's a better rapper, Little Marky Model or Little Baby Coach?
I think you gentlemen just did just fine. I'll give you a split decision.
Mikey, who's better, Little Marky Model, Baby Coach?
Well, I think my first question is who's the most rapperish on this site, Coach?
Interesting.
You threw it out there. You guys got to stop crapping in the diapers, though. I mean, I could smell it from here. Those balls not landing.
Soupy.
Man, I think all the babies need to do a cipher. We need to figure out who's the best rapper on this show.
You know what? We've actually been talking about doing an entire one-word segment with all the babies we just signed. And I actually met in the lobby the other day as they were coming up to the newsroom, baby Soupy. And he looks remarkably like you. It's crazy. All right. We've got to move on because we have a big-time game tonight. So, without further ado, it's time. Hoop it up. All right, game number 2 coming off, in my opinion, the greatest playoff game that I have ever seen in my life. From the 273 total points scored, including overtime, from all of the videos that came out online of Knicks outside the Garden, Soupy going, Knicks in 4, Knicks in 4. Then you had videos of the ball going up in the air, celebrating, and then the ball coming down. It was start to finish one of the greatest nights in New York City history. So, Soupy, my question to you is this. How will all of that affect the Knicks' ability to even the series tonight?
I think not just that game, I think in general, the way that the Pacers are playing. They are running up the tempo. That's what they've done in each of the last series. They have been down 2 possessions in the final minute of the game in each series, and they've won the game because they're playing that fast pace. So they're tiring out the opposition by the end of the game. We saw that the Knicks were settling for long-range shots. They need to be driving the lane. They have to slow the pace down. They have to play more full court pressure. Anobi and Hart are 2 great defenders. They can be versatile off the pick and roll. They can pick and choose. They can go against the wing. They can stay inside. They just need to figure out how to slow down the Pacers. I think it's going to be tough, though. That's why I think the Pacers are going to take this game. I think this could potentially be a sweep for the Pacers.
Yeah, it's easier said than done. And Big Chuck, right now, the total at BetMGM is 224.5 at -110. They had 50 points combined in less than the final 7 minutes of the game. When they start hitting shots, this over feels like a sitting duck to me.
And what's crazy is this line started out at 228, 227 and a half, and we've seen it go all the way down to 224 and a half, which I think that would benefit the Knicks better. I would see a correlation Knicks and under, which is cashed in 8 of the last 12. Plus, this line is kind of crazy as well. As what it's saying is Knicks were -5. It's went to 6.5 at BetMGM. Normally, what happens if the home team loses game 1, they come out in a blowout. Revenge spot in game 2, but you just have to wonder what their mind state is. Although they have won 9 of the last 13 at home versus the Pacers, I would correlate this one Knicks and under, Pacers and over.
It's interesting. You bring up a great point that normally that is the case, that you come out, which is why the number, Mikey, went from 4.5 in game one, and it has been hovering around 5.5 or 5 at some books. But to me, the fact that they go up and you look at the first two series, I actually agree with Soupy. I don't agree with this number going up because the Pacers have 2 series and a game to prove that many points is just too much.
Coach, everyone, I got a few things here. First of all, it's the second greatest playoff game of all time behind the Boston Celtics 2024 Game 5 last year. But because the Knicks eliminated the Celtics this year, no one was happier, not even Papa Halliburton, than me in Game 1. And I know you heard, I thought I was going to name my future kid Tyrese Nemhard Pendleton after that Game 1 performance. Momentum matters. I'm going to take you guys to one of the most entertaining NBA players we've ever heard of, Kevin Garnett. What did he say when he won his first title? He knocked the bully out, right? And that's what the Pacers did. When I look at this plus 6.5 for the Pacers, I am smashing that. Momentum matters. The Garden is not going to be the Garden to start off because they're going to go, oh man, remember the last time we were here, the last 20 minutes we spent here? I am so ready for Indiana to come in, put the Knicks in a chokehold, and run away with game 2.
Nerves are going to be a big deal. They absolutely are. The 2 nights ago nightmares will be living with this team for probably another 25 years, which was the last time they got this far. So, Soupy, coming over to you. He just mentioned 3 or 4 different names. And Nembhard, his number is 11.5, juice to the over -125. Nesmith, who scored 20 in the fourth quarter, 30 for the game, he's only at 13.5. So of those two supporting players, which one do you think has a second really good game?
I think it's gonna be Nemhard. I think I like the way he shoots. He was shooting well in that game. I think Naismith, who scored those 3 points, I don't think he's doing that again. He's a great 3-point shooter. That's what his role is, but he's not going 6 for 6 again like that. So I like Nemhard. I think he's more versatile. And what I love about the Pacers, though, is they've been here before. So I don't think that they are nervous about going up 2-0. This is brand new for this Knicks team. That's why I think there is more pressure on the Knicks.
Charles, Raphael just texted me and he said in real time, the Vegas books are moving the number to 7 now. So it's moving away from, it's actually helping us for our discussion. Are you shocked that now it's gone from 4.5, 5, 5.5, and now it's 7?
Very shocked. I expect this line to go the opposite way. I wasn't expecting this one to go all the
Mhm.
way up to 7 for the Knicks. I like with this Pacers team who never gives up. That's kind of shocking to me. I thought 6 was a stretch. 7 is crazy.
Mikey, I want you to close out the discussion for us because the one thing I taught you 2 nights ago is something that Charles taught me a long time ago. Never say die. The bet is never over until it's over. I used to do that in the 82nd minute of every soccer game I played with Chuck. And he's like, Coach, what have I taught you? So, Mikey, I'm going to pass that advice on to you. Are you backing your boy one more time tonight, perhaps?
I am. And with Aaron Nesmith being a former Celtic, I know the facts. The facts are he just had an MSG moment. Andrew Nembhard is a guy who puts himself in the right position at the right time. I mean, I was celebrating, but if you look at the clutch moment, it's not just Tyrese Halliburton's miracle drop in. It's Nembhard. When Halliburton drives to the hoop, Nembhard has an easy, clean cut to the basket. That gave the Pacers the win in game 1 in overtime.
All right. Very good, gentlemen. Well done tonight. Pacers and the Knicks game 2. Can't wait because this is now the series that I am most into. All right. Great show so far. Coming up on the other side, Caitlin Clark. She's in the news. A streak has come to an end. Which one and how significant is it? Also, we lock in all of our best bets. This is the Friday edition of Coach and Company, live as always, right here on Stadium.
Only stars have their own music. I told you I was coming. So don't look like you're so surprised that the number 1 baby capper in America is here. And my only play today, Indiana Pacers for the series, plus 149, and we will get it done in New York City. I'm coming for everybody, especially young Peyton. You heard me. Back to you.
Soupy, baby coach coming for young Peyton. But the reason we play that, did you notice the pick? Pacers plus 149, and baby coach said we would get it done in New York City. I predicted it would be a 4-1 series. And right now, I could not feel any better about his pick. You?
Yeah, I could see that. I could see the Pacers winning tonight, maybe winning game 3, and then possibly the Knicks kind of adjust and they get that win in game 4 and it goes back to New York and they win it in 5. I can see that.
That was a very low-key hesitation that I didn't like very much, I'll be honest. Mikey, clearly he doesn't agree with baby coach. What about you there, Boston boy?
I absolutely agree. And I swear, if they win, I will just be like this for the whole time I'm on the show after the series. For one whole week, I'll give every take like this because nothing would make me happier. Listen, yes, sirs, okay? At first, I didn't understand the shirts. And then I started screaming, yes, sir, at the end of game 1. And I looked at the Pacers sideline shirts. Yes, sirs. Let's go, Pacers.
Real quick, are we disappointed that you can only do this one time? And even Halliburton Soupy said, hey, listen, I can't do it again. I used it in game 1 on a game-tying shot. So it took a little bit away, but could he use it again?
Yes. If you do it again, use it again. Who cares?
Wow. It's kind of like telling jokes twice. You guys know how I feel about that. They're not funny a second time. Mikey, 5 seconds?
He can't do it again, but his teammates can, who comes up clutch after him.
Very interesting. I think Reggie Miller is going to be on the call for every game this series, I believe. All right, we're back live in 5 seconds. Okay, welcome back, everybody. Coach and Company live here on the Stadium Network. If you miss any of the show, you can also catch us on demand throughout the day on our Coach and Company YouTube page. And also this afternoon at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, it is the Weekend Wagers with DG, Mark, and Robbie Hockey as they'll take you through the weekend. And they've been really hot lately on Fridays. Gentlemen, a streak came to an end last night. The great Caitlin Clark had made a three-pointer in 140 straight games, going all the way back, Soupy, to January 13th, 2022. That's an incredible number. Is it one we're going to remember at the end of her career?
I don't think so because she could probably do it again. She could definitely do it again. I think she could get up to that number. She's that good. And she already has the third most triple doubles and she's in her second year in the league. I think eventually she's going to get a championship. So I think this is just a footnote in what will be an illustrious Hall of Fame career.
You know what's been interesting, guys, is I've been seeing there's clearly been a lot of coverage on Caitlin, Angel Reese, WNBA. So 90% of it's been great. But we're starting to see now, and I don't know if anybody else is looking at it this way, Mikey, but the other day when she broke the record of 25 in 10 games, and they're like, Diana Taurasi played 500 games, never got there. This other lady played 500 games, never got. When you point out what she's done and the number is not so high, is it kind of pointing out that the level of play for the last 20 years hasn't been as high as maybe they would like it to have been?
Well, Caitlin Clark has taken the WNBA to the next level. There's no doubt about that. And I'm going to agree with Soupy because I don't want another rival on this show. It's not important. Number one, we shouldn't be combining records from college days to WNBA days. But, Coach, I'm also going to say this. While I'm sweating Angel Reese to close her eyes and make a free throw or somehow make a layup, right? I'm sweating. I get an alert on my phone, and it's from ESPN. Caitlin Clark involved in a scuffle. And I'm like, I can't wait to see this. She's getting defended hard. She gives a little shove, and then the opponent on Atlanta gets in her face, and she just walks away. And okay, that's great. That is fantastic. The baby face got pushed, and I stopped caring after 2 seconds. But it's what the NBA needs. Get Caitlin Clark involved in everything, and the product and the game will grow.
The headline for that was Caitlin Clark's not scared. And then you can read her lips. Remember, you read her lips. I'm not scared of you. I'm like, oh my goodness. But I can't fault ESPN. I can't fault the WNBA. You go with your hot hand, and you go. It's kind of like Michael Jordan coming into the league. Remember in the mid '80s, he came in, oh, he's fantastic, and then he worked his way into superstardom. And I think once she starts winning championships, is going to continue to take it to a whole nother level. But bottom line is this, guys, that in the end of May, it's always about the NBA, always about the NHL, and finally at the beginning of a season, the WNBA, excuse me, is starting to break through. All right, at the end of every single show, we understand there's a lot of you out there. You don't have an hour to spend. We get that. You can't go underneath your desk at work and listen to Coaching Company and watch Coaching Company so you don't get in trouble with the bosses or the wives. We get it. Or the husbands. We get it. So it is now time to make sure we have all of our lines right or all of the line movement correct. Let's lock it in. All right, 10 seconds or less, just one or two nuggets is all we need. Mikey P, start us off.
I am going to start with Pascal Siakam over 25.5 points and rebounds at -105. He just missed this in game one. I believe he'll have a better performance in game two, leading the Pacers to victory. And also, I am taking Zach Wheeler over 7 strikeouts at a -135. The man is on an absolute heater facing the lowly A's. Give me Zach Wheeler to have an infinite amount of strikeouts.
An infinitive amount. I'll get back to you. Soupy, go.
Oilers Stars over 6.5. I don't think that the Stars are going to get 3 power play goals in the third period, but I still think they're going to score. I don't trust Stuart Skinner, and I think the Oilers are going to go with some of the lineups that were better in game one. I think they'll get more minutes, so I'm going the over 6.5. Pacers team total over 109.5. This is still going to be a fast-paced game. I don't think the Knicks are going to completely slow down this lineup, but I don't think the Pacers will get 120. I think they'll get around the 110s.
There's a very good chance that by Saturday evening, you will already be in the profit category no matter what happens on Sunday, because my man Big Chuck is a savage. Charles, go.
Footy Friday. We started out today in Italy, Serie Como, Inter Milan, the over 2.75. Como come in averaging 1.6 team goals at home, while Inter Milan score an average of 2.1 on the road. We stay in Italy on Saturday. We have AC Milan and Monza. The both teams are scoring over 2.5. This play is actually cashed in 5 straight of these two teams' last 5 combined matches. Next, Spain, La Liga, Getafe, Celta Vigo, the both teams to score. This play has actually come through in 3 of their last 5. I can see a 1-1, 2-1 either way. Lastly, we go to the EPL on Sunday. They wrap up their season with Liverpool welcoming Crystal Palace to Anfield. I just see a blowout spot with Liverpool team total over 2.5. Their home matches average 3.1 total goals. Lastly, Bournemouth, Leicester City. These two have produced 3 or more total goals in 4 of their previous 7 meetings. Go ahead and give me the over 3 on the South Coast.
I'm telling you right now, don't even think about it. Don't overthink about it. Just put them in. And if you want more cashes, you want more plays, there's the QR code right now. Be a part of Big Chuck's side hustle and do it today, because you're only costing yourself money. You're not doing anything to me. You're doing it to yourself. Now, our other partnership, we love JTS. Mark and his crew bringing it strong every single day. Mark, what is our JTS play of the day?
Coach, the play of the day, starting with Seattle Storm Skylar Diggins to get 15 or more points tonight. She has hit this in both games this season, averaging 21 points while shooting nearly 48% from the floor. We're going to pair that with Lane Thomas of the Cleveland Guardians to not take a walk today. He's absolutely allergic to bases. He hasn't gotten a walk in 10 straight games. He's got a 188 OBP over that span. Put them both together for a plus 105. Justice Stat Sports play of the day.
There you go. Also, if you want to be a part of JTS, I'm telling you right now, it's literally in the infancy stages. We're going to grow for the next ever There's the QR code. Use our code BTT30. We're going to give you 30 days for free. Then on June 23rd, 2025, you'll be playing with house money and simply say thank you. Gentlemen, we have about a minute left for you. By Monday morning, both NBA series will have 3 games being played. Mikey P, let me start with you. Where will the series stand for both of them when we go on the air on Monday?
2-1 both sides, and I just want to send a public apology to SGA, the Oklahoma City Thunder. I've been pounding the table for Ant Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves, and they simply have not shown up. But also shout out to Papa Halliburton. Call me up. We'll celebrate together.
Literally, SGA did not know that, but I'll make sure that he does now. Soupy, where are we going?
3-0. I think Oklahoma City is going to sweep, and I will take the Pacers getting it in 5.
Interesting. Big Chuck, what are the series going to look like?
2-1 Pacers, 3-0 OKC.
Boom. Mark, what's the model say?
Model has both of these being very short series. So I agree. I think it's OKC and Indiana.
Gentlemen, can I just say publicly, you all had a pretty good week. Solid week. Let's have a great weekend. Let's stay active. Let's stay positive and pick each other up. Producer man, you know what time it is. Give me my one shot and understand this. It is now time for all of you to go out into the world. Do not forget, weekend wagers today at 2 p.m. Eastern time. Also, coming up in about 20 minutes, a very special Coach and Company podcast. I'm going to take you back to May 23rd, 1999, and the day that changed wrestling and my career forever. In the meantime, there's only one thing left to do, and I believe y'all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all these tickets straight to the pay window. My entire company. Damn it, do I love them all. Mikey P, my man Soupy, Big Chuck, Mark, producer man, I'm simply the coach. We try to keep this train on said track. This is Coach and Company live on Stadium. Have a great weekend. Take care.